So this video has been a long time in coming because a lot of folks have asked me if the iGear upgrade kit that I featured in a previous review would work with Siege Ultra Magnus. Now in the review I basically just did as described, which is to use it with my Fans Project City Commander upgrade for my classic Ultra Magnus. But you know, some of you have Siege Ultra Magnus here as your default Ultra Magnus, so you were wondering if the iGear kit will look good with him. And the answer is yes and no. It depends on which particular parts we're talking about. And if you're looking to use this for your Kingdom Ultra Magnus, then yeah, it's pretty much going to be a lot of the same parts. So it'll very much likely work with your Kingdom Ultra Magnus also. Given that that Ultra Magnus doesn't look like it comes with a hammer as well. And also, suspiciously, I did not see any indication of missiles in the packaging or inside the box. I did not see anything like that. So you might want this set. But yeah, let's see which parts work and which parts don't. Now, straight off the bat, there is an alternate head for this Ultra Magnus, but it will not work because it's a different assembly. Now, second thing that I wanted to talk about, missiles. Now, the missiles, as you can see here in my previous video, they are not 5mm pegs. They're a weird D-shaped peg. So what I had to do was I had to shave them down to the size of 5mm pegs. So I shaved them down here so that they'd be circular. And let's see if they're gonna work. So I'm gonna unplug these and plug these missiles. And as 5mm missiles, they work perfectly. They look great. I mean, it's a little extra white than the almost grayish white that we have with Ultra Magnus, so it's not super color matched, and the red is a little darker. But it works. It works aesthetically. I feel like it's not too bad. In fact, it might be better because these missiles that come with Siege are at a weird angle, right? So some people like have them straight up like this, or they choose to have them going lower like this, so it's a little more aligned to the shoulders. But neither of them really work like your normal missiles would. But if you want something that looks a little more normal, Ultra Magnus, then these missiles might work for you. But like I said, it will take a bit of work. But it looks good. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's take a look at the weapons. Now, let's take a look at the sword first. So this is the Energon Sword that came with the upgrade kit. It is not a 5mm peg. So if you're going to try to use it with Ultra Magnus, it's not going to work because it's too big. So unfortunately, the sword is out unless you can do something to maybe sand this off. But again, it's clear plastic, so it's not something I'd 100% recommend. So I'm gonna just chuck that to the side. And the biggest question is if the hammer would work, right? But before we get to the hammer, since we have these bow staffs, this is essentially what you need to work anyway. So let's see if it works. So I'm going to try to, okay, so this side is a bit bigger, so you might want. Okay, so essentially I tried it for you so you don't have to. Nope. This does not work with Siege Ultra Magnus's hands, and I'm guessing that these are, oh wait, no. These are looser. Okay, interesting. So these, but these are actually looser. You'll notice that they come right on. Well, one of them does. So I feel like it might depend on which, like, okay, so it might depend on the figure you have, the copies you have, because this just came right on, like no problem. Which means you can't put the flag on there. I'm not gonna like push it too far in, but there you go with Ultra Magnus's flag. And if I wanted to, okay, so this has a gimmick where you can split it in half. I need to be careful with this. Okay, so you can split it in half, so it's half a hammer. So you can do that. There you go. So you can do it with half a hammer. And of course, you can do the full hammer as well. So just put these two together. And there you go. But it's not like a full staff, so you might want an extender piece of some sort. I believe Soundwave has one. But yeah, you won't be able to, at least I wasn't able to do it with the, you know, the longer bow staff. So what you can do is, if you're up for customizing, you can drill through this hole and or sand around it so that it's a little bigger and will allow a little more of an entry for this bow staff. But otherwise, like in my case, it only works for this one, and I'm able to construct at least one hammer, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, do I recommend getting the iGear kit for your Siege Ultra Magnus? I would say only if you have the ability to do a little bit of fixing. Then it would probably look great. I mean, it already looks amazing as it is right now. No, too bad I'm not able to show you what it looks like in full. But yeah, if you have the ability to customize or modify your Ultra Magnus figure, go ahead and get yourself an iGear kit. But otherwise, you probably would do better with other upgrade kits or other hammers. I mean, in my case, I use a Battlemaster for the Battlemaster hammer for him anyway. I don't use this particular hammer. This one is for Fans Project Ultra Magnus. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Till next time, peace out.